up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of Melanated Thought, where we talk about things that affect the black community. I am Reggie O.
And I am Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties right now. Think you gonna make it, babe?
Go ahead.
All right, okay. Hold on. I'll come over there in just a minute, y'all. Hold on. I'll be over there in just a minute.
Enjoy this music break for the next 2 minutes.
Hold on, y'all. Okay, we're back, y'all. Had a little bit of a problem, but we'll be okay. We'll make it work out. But anyway, I would ask you how your week is going, but you're not in a very good mood right now.
I'm all right.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
You positive?
I had an awesome show lined up, but it just technicality with these computers. I mean,
No, let's just go ahead and say you didn't do what I told you to do.
Told me.
Well, ask you to do.
Right. I did. I swear I did.
No, you didn't. Because if you would have done it, they would be there. I told you.
You came over here and erased everything, and you was jealous of me because I did my homework first, had it all lined up, and you did not.
Ladies and gentlemen, my lovely co-host.
That's what happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, my lovely co-host didn't do what I asked her to do.
Believe me, y'all.
Now, people that know me know that I do this for a living. I'm a computer geek. Always have been.
Then why can't you bring it back up?
It didn't come back up because you got rid of it. It was in your web browser. Everything is gone that you had saved. I told you to drag it to your desktop so that way you won't have this problem.
But when they show my history, how do I check my history?
Well, you can check your history. Just go to, hold on.
I got it right here.
Okay. You might be able to recall some of it, but I doubt it.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, y'all. Anyway, so she didn't listen to me. But then again, there's not a woman on the planet that actually listens to a man.
Hold on. Back it up. Bring it back. Now, what?
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
How?
Wholeheartedly,
How?
100%, 1,000%.
How? Prove it.
In the words of James Brown, this is a man's word. But it won't be a goddamn thing without a woman or a girl. Case closed.
But the woman has to listen. The woman has to listen.
Yeah, right.
And she didn't listen, y'all. That's all there is to it. She didn't listen. But I still love her, though.
Ha!
Oh, she got her stuff.
Found it myself, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not even an IT tech guru. Whatever. Got him.
Yeah.
Okay, show can begin now. I'm Mimi the lady.
Okay, now she's back.
Yeah.
She still didn't listen.
But I found it myself, and I didn't even need your help. While you were telling everybody that I don't know how to listen and everything like that, you know I know how to listen. I know people thinking like, this what we tune in for. I'm sorry, guys. I was a little frustrated because I thought I had lost all my homework. Because I do my due diligence, make sure I bring you guys the utmost dutiful information, and I put hard work into gathering these current events and storylines, and it hurt my pride when I opened it up and it was gone, but I found it.
Anyway, Cynthia's in the building.
Hey, Sin, how you doing?
Paul's in the building.
Hey, Paul, how you doing, sir?
All right.
So anyway, my week was good. My day was good. I've been what you call it? Splurging. What you call it? Cleaning out my closet, trying to do that summer clean out.
Summer clean out nothing, man. She gonna need a whole year to clean that closet out. I ain't lying, y'all. You should see her closet. I mean, let me just say this. I'm gonna put you on blast real quick.
Why is today blasphemy?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, I came in. She went to the bedroom, and she was actually boxed in from the closet, y'all. Literally boxed in. You know how some people paint themselves into a corner? That's exactly what she did. She boxed herself into the closet.
But I made enough time to make the show.
But she did. I give credit where credit's due. Man. I give credit where credit is due.
That's right. Thank you for giving my flowers.
There you go. All right.
But other than that, it's just been a week. Just a week, day by day, making it day by day.
I hear you.
So how's your week been?
Busy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Busy as hell. I've been back and forth to the data center, but you know that already.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's pretty much it. That was the gist of my week, was going back and forth.
Right.
So, but anyway, enough of that. So
Today's topic
is leading by example.
Explain to everyone how you came up with that one.
I came up with that because a while back, my lovely co-host / fiance came up with the idea of having like some teachers and stuff like that going to a certain spot and teaching our younger generation and older generation, for that matter, to anybody that wants to learn the history of our illustrious people. Mm-hmm. And I came up with that with the subject because I was thinking about what Elijah Muhammad said. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'm going to call him by his proper moniker. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, when he was the leader of the NOI, when he said, each one teach one. Mm-hmm. Basically what that means is, if a person has some knowledge or a skill set that he wants to share, then you share it with that particular person. Mm-hmm. Because knowledge is meant to be shared. It's not meant to be hoarded. Okay? So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. That's how I came up with that particular subject, because the youth out here, they just barely know about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, other than what they learned in school. And there are some people out there, some youngsters out there, even some older people in our generation and older, that want to know more about the history and culture of foundational Black American people.
Absolutely.
So that's how I came up with that subject.
And I'm one of them, because a lot of things, like I said, I've mentioned on the show before, I went to a predominantly Black school, predominantly Black colleges, more than one. Right. And yeah, I'm learning more now than I did when I paid for my education. So yeah. And that's, in my personal opinion, I'm not going to say that's sad,
But
It
you know,
is.
it's
I'll say it is.
from an HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you go to an HBCU, you would think that you would learn more about black culture than you would any place else.
And it'd be more prevalent.
And yeah, you would think that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, maybe now. It probably is now. But you know, I went to school in the 19 and back then, you know, I don't think it was even what's the word I'm looking for? When people, you know, try to promote it or insisted, that's the word I'm looking for, insisted that you learn your history from day one. It's just like enough to pass the class, more or less, you know.
Right.
Which in turn I could have done in my own personal household, like you've always said, but yeah, back then I don't think it was stressed in colleges and things like that. I guess it depends on the college you attend to, so. But now I know, and knowing is half the battle, and I must admit I'm enjoying and learning more in my old age.
Hey, it is what it is, man, because I was always told that you never stop learning.
Absolutely.
I mean, because like Neely Fuller, the writer of the Compensatory Counter-Racist Code, shameless plug.
Good book.
Oh, yeah, very good book.
Good book.
Whenever he's interviewed and they ask Mr. Neely Fuller, how you doing, he always said the same thing: I'm still learning.
Right.
So you never stop learning, man. I don't think you should. I mean, just because you get out of school doesn't mean you stop learning. Pick up a book or something.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Right.
I agree.
Right.
Speaking of, you have any books to mention today?
Oh, of course. Of course. I only have 3 books this time.
Okay.
And for those of you who are new to the show, I always come up with at least 2 or 3 books that, you know, every black person should read at least once in their lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And the first book that I have is by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Message to the Black Man in America. And for those of you who have never read this book, trust me, once you get this book, you won't be able to put it down. To me it's that good. Mm-hmm. It's a really good book. You have there is so much that Elijah Muhammad taught his students from the Nation of Islam. There's a whole lot that he taught them. And again, he led by example. Despite his little shortcomings, he still led by example for the most part. I mean, he told his people what to do, how to eat, how to live, everything, and he did all of that. He didn't just tell them. He led by example. So that book right there, you definitely will not be disappointed with this one. And of course, this book right here, The Autobiography of Malcolm X, my favorite book. I don't know how many times I've read this book. And if you are a black person over the age of 70, you should have read this book at least once, in my opinion. Really, I'm just being honest with y'all. You should have read this book at least once. Some people have, some people haven't. But, you know, in my personal opinion, you should have read this book at least once in your life. This one especially. So, because it's a very pivotal book. It talks about the life and times of this great man. That's pretty much what he was. He was an amazing man. One of my heroes. I grew up idolizing him. So, a lot of folks did. Chuck D did. Muhammad Ali, that was his best friend. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Godfather of Harlem, Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson, Malcolm X is one of his closest friends. And when Malcolm was assassinated, Bumpy was ready to go to war. And again, this man led by example. That's why I like this book so much. So definitely get this book if you've never read it. And this last book is one I went to talk about last week, but I really couldn't find a cover for it. It's called The New World Order by A. Ralph Epperson. And I came up with this book for today's show, mainly because of last week. But this book right here talks about some of the things that's going on right now, especially in the media. You know, one thing in particular is once you pick up this book and you actually start to read it, the one passage in the book talks about how homosexuality is being normalized in the media. And this book was written in 1989. Actually, was written in 87. He published it in 89. And this book talked about that then, because during that time, homosexual marriages were illegal. Now they're not. So, and this book predicted this years and years ago. So definitely check this book out.
Predicted same-sex marriages? Or?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. He predicted it.
In
1988.
Oh, wow. No, when he mentioned in 1988, was that a bad thing or a
the thing
sinister thing, or what was
not
he
necessarily? Not necessarily. The reason why he mentioned it, he was talking about that because but you got to read the book. Mm-hmm. You know, it can tell you better than I can. But you know, once he came up. When he was writing this book, and he came up with the whole premise about homosexuality period being normalized in the media. In other words, you're going to see it everywhere, and you do see it everywhere.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You see it in music, you hear it in music, you see it on television, movies, comic books.
Walking down the street.
You're going to see it in cartoons here pretty soon if you haven't already seen it.
Cartoons? No, Not the babies.
No doubt about it. I'm telling you what I know. So, but anyway. That's why I picked this book out, but you know that's another subject for another time. But yeah, definitely check this book out.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Good reads.
Oh yeah, always.
Very good read, sir.
All right, let's get this music cracking.
All right.
This is the one I did recently. You heard it. Yeah.
Hey.
Hope it don't get sued. But anyway. Y'all. That's it, man. What you got for current events? I know you got a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, we have a lot. I'm not going to do too many because I want a lot of you guys to call in tonight and give us your opinions because I love hearing you guys' opinions. Especially you, Leslie, if you're listening, because I know you're an hour ahead of us. So if you can hang on, give me a couple of minutes. I definitely want to hear your opinion on, especially one of these I'm going to do at the end.
Oh, yeah. Les is in.
Hey, Les. Okay, let's get started. I know we were supposed to come on live yesterday, guys, but I want to mention, even though we weren't on live yesterday, that yesterday marked the 8-year anniversary of Black Lives Matter.
Oh, yeah.
So my question is, do you think that within those 8 years that they've done justice for the black culture?
No.
Oh wow, can I well, tell the audience how you really feel, Radio.
Hey, it's true. It's the truth. It's the truth. I'll give you a prime example.
Yeah, elaborate, please.
George Floyd.
Okay.
Want another one?
Black Lives Matter was all over that though.
But look at what happened.
I'm listening.
He got a slap on the wrist.
Was that because of Black Lives Matter though?
No, if Black Lives Matter was ineffective. You said, did they make any changes? And the answer is no.
Okay. So you're thinking all the marching and pledging and helping families get justice is just still not really effective right now?
No, it's not. It's not enough. I mean, because you got to think about this. The whole Black Lives Matter, the organization. Now, it depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about the Black Lives Matter organization or the movement itself.
Both. Let's take both.
Okay, the organization is bullshit.
Okay.
Plain and simple. I just go ahead and say it. It's bullshit. Okay? All right. Now, the movement is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the movement, the original movement, let's put it like this. The original movement, I support that 100%. Mm-hmm. But the organization, no. Okay. So, because right now with the organization, it's been co-opted. All right, because they're doing more LGBTQIA stuff than anything else. So that's why I say the movement is not the movement, but the organization itself is bullshit. So that's just it.
Wow.
And I challenge anybody out there to prove me wrong. Come on with it. I got time today. Come on.
All right.
So, prove me wrong. I want you to.
Well, congratulations to 8 years. Hopefully there will be many, many more years and it'll get better and stronger and we can see a change. But right now, I agree with you. I see just a minuscule, not a lot. I mean, it's more or less like a fad, pretty much. This is just This is my melanated thought.
You're right.
But it's like a fad. People hop on, then they hop right back
Right,
off.
exactly. It's hot at the moment.
Yeah.
And Paul brought up a really good point. He said the movement is supposed to enact change. Mm-hmm. He's absolutely right on that point. Mm-hmm. He also goes on to say that we have a population that is willing to back the promotion. Mm-hmm. However, we do not have enough people in places of power willing to make that change needed. Mm-hmm. Make the changes needed. He's right.
Yeah.
I agree with him.
I do too.
I agree with him. And just like you said, it's a fad to him. They're just hopping on what's hot right now. And that goes to everybody.
And it's just not young people.
It's everybody.
All gamut of ages. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a game.
Yeah. This story you sent me, which I heard before, this happened to a young lady here in Fort Worth, but another Texan, and this time it was a man who waited in line for 6 hours to vote in the election last year, is now facing 40 years in prison because they said he illegally voted. And he said he just feel like that was a message that they're trying to send him for fear. Now you done stood in line 6 hours. Yeah. Yeah. You know, he spent, I don't know.
Well, I'm not surprised this happened.
Well, let me read. Okay. He was a felon.
Okay.
You know.
He paid his debt.
Yeah, he paid his debt to society.
Okay.
He got out.
Okay.
He's home, working, taking care of his business, taking care of his family. And this was going to be his first time voting within he was in jail for 25 years. He's a 62-year-old man from Houston, Texas, matter of fact. And they said that he illegally voted. My thing is, don't you get a voter's registration card?
Yeah.
So how is that illegal if you go out there with a voter registration card?
This is the way I see this situation. This is exactly what the powers that be want. This is exactly what they want.
Which leads us to why a lot of our black leaders, especially shout out to Freddie Haynes from Friendship West Baptist Church.
Yes, indeed.
Who loaded a bus last night, or was it this morning, heading up to Austin to demonstrate with the Democrats about trying to take our right to vote away, per our good old governor Abbott. Abbott is on the bandwagon.
Ironsides.
Oh my God.
That's what I call him.
The Ironsides.
That's what I call him.
But yeah, so they're I mean, all those years, the John Lewis's and MLK's and Andrew Young's and all of those who marched and fought for us to vote, and here they trying to take it away.
Well,
and now putting you in jail because you quote unquote illegally voted. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I guess because I don't know.
Is that a fear tactic, like this young man said?
That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. It's a scare tactic. Yeah. I mean, it's just like, let's go back to history real quick. Back when freed slaves. Oh, Julian's in the house. What's up, my man?
Hey, Julian.
Just like, go back to history. Just like when black people first attained the right to vote right after slavery. Not long after that, here comes the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
Now, the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, let me give you a little bit more history. They dress the way they dress in the white sheets because they know that black people, for the most part, are afraid of ghosts.
Yeah.
That's why they dress like that. So they came around hooping and hollering, with the brandishing crosses and, with setting fires to people's houses and everything like that, and dragging people out of their houses and literally whipping them to death to scare them into not voting. So this is just an updated version of that particular tactic. It's all a scare. They're all trying to scare people into not voting.
That's sad.
That's it.
Terrible. That's just straight terrible. That's sad. Next story. I don't know what's going on, but a family has filed a lawsuit against the St. Louis Police Department over a no-knock raid that left sleeping. He was sleeping, guys. 63-year-old grandfather dead of 9 gunshot wounds. Now you can't even sleep in your own bed these days. That's the same thing happened to Brianna, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
A no-knock warrant.
Yeah.
So this isn't the first. So I put that story out there because this happened in 2017.
2017, yes.
Okay. Yes. And here it is, 2020, when Miss Taylor lost her life. So this isn't the first time this has happened. And it's not going to be the last.
But they're just not bringing it to the forefront in 2021.
Right. Exactly.
Ridiculous.
I agree.
Ridiculous.
I agree.
So it's like these days, if you're not recording or someone else is not recording for you, you have no evidence, no
even then,
no justice, no peace, no nothing.
Even if you do record it, look at Michael Brown. The people that killed him are still haven't been brought to justice. Think about it. And that's damn sure on tape.
Definitely.
And I can go back even further than that. Rodney King.
Definitely.
Nothing happened to the cops to beat the crap out of him.
Definitely. I don't know. That's sad that you just sleeping in your bed and never wake up because of your good old police department done kill you.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, here's another one.
Okay.
A former Kansas City VA employee filed a discrimination lawsuit. Says he was called Boy, B-O-Y, so frequently that it became his nickname. First of all, let me say something.
Want me to turn the music down for you?
Yeah. In the words of Cat Williams, what the Now, if they start calling you boy, why are you even answering?
Thank you. That's my question.
Let somebody call me boy, girl, hey,
gal.
You, yeah. I'm a look. Y'all can't see me, but I'm be like, who they talking to?
Ain't no balls up in here.
I'm not gonna turn around. I'm not gonna flinch. I'm not gonna blink. I'm not gonna do nothing because that's not my name.
In the words of Michael Evans, boy is a white racist word.
Say it again.
Boy is a white racist word.
Yes, sir.
So, with that being said, man, why would you call somebody a grown-ass man a boy in the first damn place?
In a professional atmosphere as the VA.
The VA of all places.
Exactly.
Come on, man. With me, my man was a vet.
Yeah.
Come on, show that man some respect.
That just proved right there. You go out here and fight hard for your country, then you still be treated like, boy.
Les, I know you in here, man. Put something in the chat room. Would you allow somebody in the service to call you a boy? Yes or no? I think I know the answer to it. I just want to hear it from you, bro. I already know what the answer is.
One person, he said during the time he worked there, the administration, colleagues, co-workers, supervisors, all type of personnel,
it was a norm,
referred to him as boy.
So pretty much it was a norm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now I know damn well, excuse my friend, he wasn't the only black person who worked there. So did they call all black people boy?
Well, if they did, something's wrong. And if they answer to it, that's even worse. That's even worse.
And he said when he started to complain about it, some of his co-workers and other personnel would catch themselves and say things like, oh, I guess I better not say that. Bitch, you mighty white. You mighty right. You mighty right. You mighty right. See how this went off right quick? See there? No, you right. You are so certain. I don't call people bitches on a normal.
Oh, man.
But when you acting like an ass, I gotta hit you. I had to gut punch you. That's a low blow too. Oh, I guess I better not say that. What do you think you should say then?
Unless it would say you gotta punch him in the mouth. Pop him in the mouth.
Absolutely. I guess I shouldn't say that.
Oh yeah, Les answered exactly the way I thought he would answer. He said hell no. So yeah, there you go.
Exactly. That's crazy. I wonder did he quit? Would you quit?
No. I wouldn't have answered to boy in the first damn place.
I said to come and be like, did you hear me talk to you? No, you said somebody named Boy. My name's not Boy.
Exactly. I got a name. I mean, and boy ain't it. So, But anyway.
But damn though, you think about it, that's the VA. You have that level of systematic racism at the VA. Working for Fry's. Well, Fry's don't went out of business.
Yeah, they don't went out of business.
Working for Walmart or something.
Even then,
you don't have a chance.
Man, come on, man.
Damn, that's crazy.
Nah, man, that's all kinds of stupid. That's just wrong right there.
Yeah, I know we all have experienced some type of racism on our job, but be called a boy though. So many times that you think it's your name. Oh no, no, sir. No, sir. Okay, moving on.
Moving right along.
Okay, here we go.
What we got? We got a good one.
A Michigan man sentenced to 5 years in prison after smashing bike lock into black teen's face, shouting, "Black lives don't matter."
You know what? I read about this story, and I sent it to you. When I read that story, the more I read it, the madder I got.
Me too.
Because this man walked up to these people that were minding their own business for the most part. It wasn't bothering him. And he said, "Get off my beach, nigga. Niggas don't belong here." Black lives don't matter. Nigga go home. And I'm not exaggerating, people. He said these things.
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, he did.
So now he takes a bike lock and smashes somebody's face in and screaming Black lives don't matter.
Black lives don't matter. This is my beach. Niggas don't belong on the beach. Well, damn, we can't go to the beach.
Well, according to him, that's true.
We can't go nowhere.
See, this is the reason why I like doing this podcast, so we can talk about things.
Absolutely.
Like this. So, anyway, with that being said, that man got 5 years, got a 5-year sentence.
That's it.
But he won't see a day in jail because he's spending it at home because it's all time served.
Bust out the young man's teeth, but there was a local dentist who fixed his teeth for him.
Now,
it ain't by my teeth, man.
Now, here's my question. Is that considered a hate crime?
Definitely. That was a hateful, violent crime. I mean, that was just violent and hateful and racist.
You're calling people all kinds of niggas and every damn thing else under the sun. That's considered a hate crime.
Yeah. What's so bad about it? It's an 18-year-old guy. His name was Devin. This man was 43 years old.
So
first of all, that's he's abusing a child.
That is a child. That's definitely a child. A teenager, man. Well, a child. Come on.
Yeah, child. He ain't 21, so yeah, child. They talking about Black lives don't matter. Oh, damn.
He said, obviously not. Obviously not, because he got 5 years time served.
Right.
Which means he's going to have 5 years probation. Yeah. All he got to do is sit up at the house and go to work and come home, and that's it.
60 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release.
Come on, man.
That's not enough, baby.
3 years of supervised release.
That's not enough, my friend.
So he serves no jail time.
No jail time at all. That's what you always say, a slap on the wrist.
That's all it is.
Well, here's another that might shock you.
Okay.
A white man arrested for allegedly attacking a black teen with a belt. I'm not making this up, people.
So he gonna whoop somebody's ass.
He gonna whoop this little boy booty. And what's so funny, he took out running after the guy, the young man, talking about, come here.
What did the boy do? Is that in the story?
I mean, no. He said him and his friend was just walking down the street, and this white man started chasing which is his neighbor, Matt Martell, a 29-year-old, just started chasing him down the street.
What about?
Talking about, come here. And the young man said he grabbed me with his hand around my neck. He threw me up against a garbage pail and hit me in my head with the belt. Oh,
so now
you can't walk. You can't walk. You can't go to the beach.
So now, excuse the expression, y'all. So now you're whooping niggas now.
Yeah.
So you just gonna take your belt off. He decided you need to whoop somebody, and all of a sudden, this young man and his friend gets chased down the street.
Because he said they was using profanity, but still, kids use profanity all the time. That should make you want to run after them. And what you gonna tell them? Wash their mouth out with soap or something?
I was in Walmart the other day.
Cuss all the time.
Thank you. I was in Walmart the other day, and I saw this little boy, couldn't have been no more than 11, maybe 12 years old. He couldn't even pee straight. Didn't have damn pubic hair on the little balls, and he cussing like a sailor.
Babe, I know some kids who can put some combinations together that'll put the Bernie Macs and the Richard Pryor to shame. Okay,
I believe it.
I was like, what did he just say?
I believe it.
Yes, sir.
I believe it. But still, they were using profanity.
Yeah.
I mean, so what? Most children do.
Yeah.
I know I did when I was that age.
What?
I cuss a lot. Come on, I cuss a lot now.
Well, I was just gonna say what?
Well, see, the reason why that was is because I have the stepfather, right? You know him.
That's just like saying the sun shining. Hey, Jerry, Mr. Jerry, how you doing? But Mr. Martell was charged with assault, battery, cruelty to children, and disorderly conduct.
Okay.
That's not enough either.
No, that's not enough, man. You don't go around whooping nobody's child. Unless that child had done something detrimental to himself or to somebody else. You don't whoop somebody else's child.
He was cussing.
Only thing it did was cuss. I mean, come on.
Some people don't like cussing.
I could pretty much guarantee you that if he had children, his children cuss like sailors when he's not around.
Oh, definitely.
So,
Now here's my all-time favorite. Well, the whole, I love doing all these different, but this is the one right here that does. I had to literally stop what I was doing and look at the TV because I could not believe it.
This is gonna be good.
Let me clear my throat. White woman.
Oh damn.
Recorded attacking a black woman in a Victoria's Secret as she has a meltdown. Blames it on a panic attack over the fear that the lady was video recording her. And once she realized she was getting video recorded, she got scared and thought she was going to get fired and evicted from her apartment. First of all, let me say something. Victoria's Secret, it's a cool store,
Yes, it is. Yeah, buddy.
The lady she said the black lady took out her phone and started recording.
Okay.
Because the white lady was pretty much quote unquote being a Karen. Everybody know what a Karen is.
Oh yeah, racist ass white woman.
Right. And so when the lady took out her phone, and all of a sudden she just started acting real bizarre.
Okay.
But before that, you was all like, "What are you doing here? What you don't need that. How you gonna tell me where to spend my money?" First of all. Secondly, when you saw that you was on camera, you gonna try to play the victim. I hate that.
Well, first of all, I ain't got no problem with the sisters going to Victoria's Secret.
Not at all. And first of all, she was a Nigerian. Let's put that out there.
Well, still
she was a Nigerian Muslim woman, but still she was a. That's why I always tell people, they don't look at you saying, "Now, are you a real black, or are you from?" And they don't do. They just look at your skin color. So they said in this story, they said a black woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let me go back to my point real quick. Mm-hmm. I have no problems with sisters going to Victoria's Secret. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm throwing hints. I don't have a problem with sisters going to Victoria's Secret. But anyway, I mean, she didn't do anything except become a patron of Victoria's Secret. Mm-hmm. And this white woman had a problem with it, obviously.
No, because she kept saying that because she kept saying, "Can you back?" The black lady kept asking the white lady, 6 feet, give me my, back up.
Give her a space.
Can you back up? Can you back up? So the white lady kept coming up on her and then started chasing her around the store.
Well, see, if the sister had a 2-piece ass, it would have been a problem.
Mm-hmm. And then when she found out she was recording her, baby, I wish y'all can just go out there and look at the video. The way this lady was acting on that video. You know
what? I wish I would have recorded the video so I could show it.
That was just, they're getting ridiculous. And then when the police come, she tried to play like she was the victim.
Right. Right.
She and she wasn't arrested. She wasn't charged. Nothing. So to me, if nothing happened, they pretty much took her side over the black lady. And the black lady have her own film, talking to her, telling her, you're nothing. You're not supposed to be in this store. Why are you buying stuff? Physically have her own takes in it, but they try to take her side. I don't get that at all.
I don't get it.
I'm not naive. I know this has happened many, many times before, but when is it going to stop, man?
Good question. I mean, you remember that incident with Oprah when she went to that store and went to go buy a purse?
Expensive purse. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they pretty much told Oprah she didn't need to be there.
Yep. And everybody know Oprah. Hell, she just go by one name. Everybody know Oprah. But I guess these people didn't.
I didn't know who she was. They knew. They knew. If they have a television, they knew who Oprah Winfrey was. They knew. So this is pretty much the same thing except without the Oprah. Know what I'm saying?
Reverse.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, the only thing different was the sister wasn't Oprah Winfrey. It was just
it's still perverse.
Just a normal, regular Joe, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's something that's been going on for a long time.
Can't go to the beach.
You can't go to the beach.
Can't walk down the street. Now you can't go to
Victoria's Secret.
Damn, man. You can't sleep in your bed at night.
You get shot. It's so many things, man. I mean, it's getting to the point now to where
can't vote.
Yeah, right.
Can't go to work and work. You be a cowboy out your name.
Oh yeah, it's all kinds of things, man. Anyway. What else you got, babe?
Here's I don't know how to take this story. I don't know if it's a feel-good story or just a true story. Black people make up 31% of hate crimes in California.
I thought it would be higher.
I did too.
I'm just being honest with you. I thought it would be higher.
That's not funny, but I thought it would be too, because everybody known because of what was it?
Well, see, this
Compton and all those.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna venture a guess and say there's a lot of crimes that's not going to report it, or if they do report it, they put it under another category.
Oh, instead of a hate crime. Oh, I see what you're saying.
They put it in another category instead of a hate crime. They put it as like vigilante justice or something to that effect. You know, or self-defense case. I don't know. You know, I'm just guessing. But I thought that number would be way higher than that. I really did. 31%. That's not a lot.
Especially in a big
state like California. I mean, California has quite a few black people there.
Because I think that was the first. Isn't that the first one where had all the Asian crimes?
No, New York. That's New York.
Was it New York? Because I know I saw something in San Francisco?
There was something in California, yeah.
Or something like that.
There was something in California.
Yeah, I would have thought black crime would be black hate.
Well, see, it depends. It depends on what kind of hate crime. Does it say black hate crime?
It says black people make up 31% of hate crimes in California.
Again, I thought it would be more than that.
But some of us probably don't want to. I guess, for lack of a better word, what they say, snitch.
Yeah, so that's exactly it. Like I said, is that all reported hate crimes or what? Yeah. That's why I asked that question.
It's a good story, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you know, I'm kind of curious. Les, if you're listening, man, when I open the phone lines, I want to hear your spiel on this. Anybody else is listening too.
Definitely.
So,
and here's another story that's near and dear to my heart. On previous shows, you guys know that I have a girl crush on Stacey Abrams.
Right.
But I do have a man crush Monday on Cornel West.
Oh,
Cornel West can do no wrong in my eyes.
Right.
And I was saddened to hear that he is leaving Harvard.
Really?
I'm really saddened to hear that. And he's going back to the Harvard Divinity School. I don't know. I don't know how to take this story, because Cornel West, he was there before. He left. They asked him to come back. And now he put this dissertation out on his Twitter. Okay. About how sad it is to see the things that Harvard is going through, because you know Harvard is one of the top Ivy Leagues. I mean HBCUs.
What you mean, Howard?
Sorry, Harvard. Did I say Harvard?
You said Harvard twice.
No, it is Harvard.
Well, Harvard is the Ivy League school. You was right the first time.
Harvard. Yeah, sorry. Harvard Divinity School. Sorry. And he was asked. You know, he was there before he left. He came back, and now he's just saying that they just treating him wrong because he's complaining about his tenure. And I think it's another story out now with another young lady where when it get time to get their tenure, they're not giving it to them.
Yeah, she went to HBCU, didn't she?
Yeah, she transferred from North Carolina to Howard. And now Cornel West, who even graduated from Harvard. Yeah. Which is so, I just feel like they're doing him wrong. He even said in his Twitter, he said, I hope and pray I could have still ended my career with some symbolism of intellectual intensity and personal respect. Right. He said, how wrong was I? With a few glorious and glaring exceptions, the shadow of Jim Crow was cast in its new glittering form expressed in the language of superficial diversity. Right. Ooh.
Wow, man.
I didn't know Harvard was like that, though. I never thought Harvard would have these kind of speculations for such a giant personality as Cornel West.
Well, you know, it doesn't matter because
Nikki, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Nicole Hannah Jones, she's the one who's going through that now. The same thing. Yeah, with North Carolina going, but she's going to Howard. That's Cornel West, huh?
Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter at all.
So he's going to be going to Union Theological Seminar, and hopefully he can get the respect that he needs there and finish out his tenure and his career. And
a scholar like Cornel West. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got a great deal of respect for Cornel West. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with everything he says, but you know, I got a great deal of respect for the man. So you know, for him not to get his tenure, having them acting the fool over his tenure, you know, it's time to cut tail and run, man. I mean, you know, get your tenure someplace else. Somebody give it to you.
So he's resigning from Harvard University. Wow. Such a esteemed Ivy League school, you know, and to have someone with his education.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Be there. That's why I always love to hear him. Something, dang, this man is speaking truth at Harvard, you know.
Right. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's that melanin, man. I'm telling you.
In the end, they treat him like he just was another.
That's exactly. That's exactly what they're treating him like. So, you know, and he's, you know, and I can honestly tell you that Cornel West was never under the illusion of inclusion the way a lot of black people in his position are. I mean, he knew where he stood.
To me, he was just brilliant. Just brilliant. I sure hate that. But at least he's going to another school that's going to accept him, and he can continue to do what he's doing.
Les said Obama has some pull at Harvard. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does.
Let's see. I do want to mention this. Another feel-good story. We, ladies and gentlemen, have our very first African American to win the spelling bee. I love this because I look at the Scripps spelling bee every year it comes on. Yeah. It reminds me of the movie Akilah and the Bee.
Yeah.
And this young lady was 14 years old. Her name is Zyla Avant-Garde, and she's from Louisiana. And I just want to give a little, shout out to her because she was the very first. After all these years Scripps has been in the spelling bee competition, she's the very first African American, and she's the female.
All right now.
To win it. So sweet. And plus, she's a beast with the basketball. I went out there and looked at some of her videos. She got
hops, huh?
Yeah, and she got
skills.
World records for basketball skills that she's displayed. Like, hey, she's a world record holder.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this is awesome. And I saw an interview with her. She's so sweet. Has the cutest little voice. And the word that she spelled was Murraya. It's Murraya. I was going to ask you to spell it because you're supposed to be Google.
Just because I'm Googling me, I can spell it well.
Well, that's the word that she won, that she had to spell to win. So shout out to her. Congratulations, young lady. First African American to win the spelling bee.
This is for you.
Definitely.
So yeah, it is. Hey, I'm always good to hear something like that.
Now to the big juicy story.
Come on now.
And I want to hear from Nash. I hope you listening.
Julian, if you're still in the house, I want to hear
everyone that's from OKC.
Everybody in the Oklahoma City area. Yeah. I want to hear.
Yeah. So yesterday, when I'm sitting up here, like I said, I do my due diligence because I want to make you guys proud and bring y'all good stories that we can all discuss.
Yeah.
An alert popped up on my phone. Bing! All of a sudden, I heard all this chaos. In the headline, resident witnessed deadly shootout between mother and son at Northwest OKC apartment.
Man.
So I turned here. So the gist of the story is the mother is 38. Her name is Tiffany Henderson, and her son is 17, Travion Henderson. They was outside their apartment having words, and all of a sudden they just started shooting at each other. The mother ended up shooting her son till he died on the way to the hospital, and they took her to the hospital as well because they both were shot, but her son died fatally. The gun battle, first of all, was during the day. Could have been innocent children outside, but they did shoot a couple of people's cars. So here I am looking and saying, well, Reggie, do you know where this is?
And I do.
And he knew exactly where it was. So he called his mom to see if she heard about it and everything. But it's not funny, guy, but can you imagine a mother and a son having an OK corral in the middle of the day against each other?
I'm just going to go ahead and say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. And I'm quite sure that there are people that are listening to this show will agree with me 100%. I have been upset with my mother before. I've even gotten into arguments with my mother before. But I have never gotten to the point to where I want to shoot my mother. I get mad, go away. We're both over it the next 30 minutes or so.
Right. That's human.
And I'm quite sure that everybody that's listening right now has been upset with their parents at least once in their lifetime. I know you didn't want to go shoot him.
Yeah. Well, they did say that he was battling with mental health. So
does that give you an excuse to shoot him?
Well, sometimes you might get mad at you. You know what? But what's that old saying that they say?
I brought you in this world. I'll take you out.
And she did that literally.
And she literally took it.
she took that old saying to heart. She told me, all right, hold on.
She took it to heart. Literally, she really did. She took it to heart, man. She said, hey, you know, it is what it is. You know.
It's sad though, because when, you know, reality kick in, she gonna have to realize that she killed her own child.
She killed her own child, man.
Yeah. But it's still something to think. Be like, dang, how could it have been that bad? Y'all sitting up here, got your guns turned to the side, shooting at each other. Pow, 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 pow.
It don't matter, man. You
broad daylight too. That's crazy.
That's even worse. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I think both of them had some issues mentally, man, because you don't do that shit in broad daylight.
Yeah. So that's why I want you guys, all the guys and girls that's on here from Oklahoma, I want you to call in and let us know, y'all, is this more to this story that we haven't heard yet, or have y'all heard about it? Because it's really crazy. That's
a good question. Yeah, that's a really good question.
Very. Which lead us into our topic today, leading by example. So do you think this mother was leading by example? You know, maybe she was the one who taught him how to use a gun. You never know.
She probably is.
You never know.
I'm not going to say she isn't. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But both of them had heat.
Yeah, they and the police did confirm that 2 guns were found on the scene. So they were shooting at each other.
Les won't know the complexion. Les, I ain't got to tell you this.
Oh, they're blaming.
Brother, they were us. Yeah, it was some of us, okay? Plain and simple, Les. It was some of us.
Listen to
Unfortunately.
Them. I knew it before they even said the name. Tiffany Henderson, but his name was Travion.
His name
Tavion. So
Tavion.
So
well, name like Tavion. Come on now. It's got to be a brother.
But they did show her on the gurney, and they're black people. So.
It's unfortunate, but yeah. Yeah, they black, Les. I'm sorry, bro. They black. I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
That's sad. Okay, so let's get to the topic of today, leading by example. Webster Dictionary definition says, to act in a way that shows others how to act when it comes to hard work. So you choose to lead by example, but it just can't always be about work, can it?
No, it could be anything. I mean, you can lead by example in a whole bunch of different areas.
Definitely.
You know, because Les and myself had talked about this principal that we went to school with in grade school, Mr. Solon Patton. He led by example. And Mr. Patton was one of those kind of people, you walk straight, you know, hair better be in place, you know. And if he was still alive, I can pretty much guarantee you there would be nobody in that school sagging their pants. I can promise you that.
That's good.
So he was a person that led by example. Okay. Now a lot of people, there were a few people in my life, man, that actually led by example. Mr. Solon Patton was just one of them.
Now, do you think in your life now, is there anything that you saw or witnessed that he did that you utilize now, that you retain in your memory now for something he did or said to you?
Of course. Yeah. Once you step outside of the house, you represent your whole family. That's the one thing you have to understand. Definitely. And I've said this on several occasions on this podcast. When I step outside of my house, I not only represent myself, I represent you and that woman that gave birth to me in Oklahoma City.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I got a lot of people that I got to make proud of me.
That's right.
And that's my whole deal. So yes, I lead by example, and you're supposed to lead by example, because like if you have children, then that child is going to look at you as a blueprint. Especially, you know, with me having sons, I gotta put that out there. I just can't go out there, you know, doing God knows what, because my children are going to copy what I do. And it's the same deal. It's the same deal with you ladies out there. You know, I'm quite sure your mother led by example, did she not?
Definitely.
Exactly.
That's where I get my I don't leave unless I'm halfway looking decent.
Oh yeah.
I treat people accordingly. I try not to treat people bad, but I will get in that air if you try to disrespect me, because I do not deal very well with disrespect. My mama said. Mama always said, don't never let nobody, ant, roach, anybody disrespect you.
Exactly.
And that's one of my creeds to this day.
Exactly, as it should be. Yeah. As it should be. And the reason why I'm starting with us as individuals is because that starts in the home.
Definitely.
Okay. Now, as far as us as a nation and foundational Black Americans, we are a nation within a nation, y'all, believe it or not. We really are. We right now in this modern day and age, we really don't have very many people out there that's actually leading by example. We don't. And that's a big problem with me. And that's another reason why I came up with this particular show, with this particular topic. Because we don't have anybody that's actually leading by example. Because every time you turn around, one of our quote unquote leaders, and I use the term loosely, is in some bullshit. It's either a sex scandal, or they're taking money and doing God knows what with it, or they're dealing drugs, or they're doing drugs, or whatever. It just depends. Domestic violence, you know, that's not leading by example. Deadbeat dads, you name it. It's everything.
Children.
Right. That's not leading by example.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned Elijah Muhammad, and I put him up there on the splash screen. Let me put it back up there. And I mentioned Elijah Muhammad because even though Elijah Muhammad had his shortcomings, Elijah Muhammad led the Nation of Islam by example.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Wasn't he most of his
outside children? Yes.
Yeah, by his.
Yes, he had outside children, and he admitted that. Okay. He said he's human. He makes mistakes. He owns his mistakes. So that's leading by example.
For owning his mistakes.
Yes, he owned his mistakes. He didn't shy away from it. He said, "Yeah, I did it.
But
I'm human."
But wasn't it 7 times? Huh?
Yeah, I agree. He did say, yeah, he made 7.
I mean, I'm not trying. I mean, the first time, I be like,
no disrespect to Elijah Muhammad. But if there anybody that's part of the nation, I am not disrespecting Elijah Muhammad. I got a great deal of respect for Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Me too.
You know, but I'm not disrespecting it. But I'm not disrespecting it.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, and he did lead by example for the most part. Yeah. I mean, he had his shortcomings. That's why I keep saying he had his shortcomings. Nobody is perfect.
Well, they must not even, I'm not going to say they didn't care, but they must have still honored his example because his following is like, whew.
Exactly.
Astounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Definitely. Well, do you feel that in your private life and your professional life that you lead by example?
I try to. Sometimes I slip up. I'll be the first to tell anybody that. I'm human. But for the most part, I try to. I don't like to. I'm like you. I don't like to be disrespected. Number one. And number two, I don't disrespect people.
Right.
And Leslie brought up a really good point. He said his outside children weren't public knowledge until COINTELPRO was instituted. And he's absolutely right. Nobody knew about those outside children until somebody brought it up. And COINTELPRO was put into place to spy on every quote unquote black leader out there in existence, which means they constantly followed Malcolm. They followed Martin. They followed Elijah Muhammad. They followed Huey P. Newton. They followed Bobby Seale. They followed Asala Shakur. They followed Angela Davis. They followed pretty much everybody out there that was prominent during those times. Dick Gregory, Adam Clayton Powell. They followed everybody. Okay, so, and those guys that I just mentioned, everybody, including Angela Davis, they all led by example.
Yeah.
Every single last one of them.
Definitely.
Where did that go?
So you don't have not one now in the new millennium? You can't think of just one?
Nope. And that includes Barack Obama. Not one. You can't say Messy Jesse. You can't say Andrew Young. You can't say not very. There's nobody. I can't think of anybody. I can't think of anybody right off the top of my head. If I'm missing somebody let me know. I can't think of anybody. I can't think of anybody.
I'm trying to scatter my brain.
That's leading by example. That's actually, saying, hey, be a man of integrity. I got one. I'm sorry. I got one. Judge Joe Brown.
I don't know.
Judge Joe Brown. Why not?
He said something about Bill Cosby and the women that accused Bill Cosby of whatever happened, rape, date rape.
What did he say?
He said that they were groupies.
That's what they were.
All of them weren't groupies.
No, all of them weren't. But for the most part, you got to think about this. Most of them were groupies. That's why You gotta think about this. Most of those women that came forward, quote unquote, were groupies of his in the 60s.
Now, after we did that story a couple of weeks ago, I went through and did the research because they said 60 to 62 women has come forward.
Okay.
And some of those women were doctors, lawyers, professors. So how can they be groupies?
You can still be a groupie. It don't matter what your it doesn't matter what your profession is.
So you mean they follow him around city to city, trying to get up in his room?
And those very same doctors and lawyers who did the very same thing that everybody else did. They went to his room by themselves. Come on.
No, one of them said that he came to her office.
Okay.
She was his quote unquote therapist.
Okay.
So she was in her profession.
Okay.
And he did something to her.
And
so
he just slipped a Mickey to it and just took advantage of it. I doubt that seriously.
No, she said that he just, like, for lack of a better word, threw himself on her. Like, he overpowered her because he was a man.
So he just took the I'm sorry. Took the booty.
Okay, you done cut me off.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, for lack of better words.
I don't.
I mean, yeah, because she said that she was in her office.
Okay.
And he pretty much threw himself on her. He took it.
And she didn't call the police or nothing.
No, she did. She was one of the ones that called the police. But then back then he was so prominent.
It don't matter.
It
don't matter.
Yeah. So I don't think they took her seriously.
There should still be a police report. I don't care who it was.
That's what I just want to say. And again, the date rape kit was lost. Or was never done or something like that, so it never came to justice.
Lost one with that one. I'm sorry. I'm still not buying it.
But this one wasn't. I'm just saying this one of many. But she wasn't a groupie.
Okay. All right.
But I mean, if you think Judge Joe Brown, okay.
I say Judge Joe Brown is a man of integrity because like that's just my personal opinion. But I can't think of anybody else like that. I really can't.
So you can't think of a preacher like TD or Creflo or
Hold on. Let me back up. Okay, let me back up for a minute. So you telling me that a man that asked his congregation to buy him a new plane is a man of integrity?
Yeah, because he had the balls to ask, the audacity to ask. Sorry, I didn't mean to say balls, but he had the audacity to ask. So yeah, that's
not integrity.
That's something. That was something for him to have those words come out his mouth. That's called
being a pimp.
Oh my God.
Okay. You know how
he said it came to him in a dream. God came to him in a dream.
That's bullshit. Come on.
And
so God came up to him and said, "Look, TD, you gotta get your new plane,
that was
bro."
Creflo.
Well, it matters. But anyway,
I've never heard nothing negative about TD for real though. I never have. I always hear positive things about him. Like even my preacher, I don't hear bad things about some. I'm gonna say some men of faith like that. So, and like y'all said, like the other day, Concord is a big black church down here in Dallas,
right?
And they had over 1,000 black, female, and male clergymen, men of faith, to get together to try to see what they can do for the black culture to get us back on track, because they feel like somehow, some way we have gotten off track.
Okay.
And I thought that was very endearing.
Oh, that's cool right there.
Yeah,
that's all right. But
yeah. But like as far as like politics, I can't.
In politics, no. Let me tell you something about politicians. I
got one. Clarence Thomas is leading by example.
You know what?
He's telling all of y'all what y'all should not do as black people.
Hold on. So you telling me that King Coon is so
he's trying to make y'all right.
No, he's not.
Y'all are wrong on every aspect of the gamut.
Oh, you mean white?
That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's trying to make y'all come over to the dark side.
You mean the white side?
Yeah, because
he's cooning.
The way y'all living y'all lives now, Clarence Thomas said y'all are pitiful.
Well, you might as well
specimens.
Say. Okay, so you might as well say that Larry Elders is upstanding and all that good stuff.
Your girl Candace.
Candace Owens too.
All of them.
Yeah, all them coons. Herschel Walker.
Excuse me. Yeah, you're right. I can't think of nobody that's leading by example right now.
No, they ain't leading by example. Yeah, if you want to be a coon, yeah, you're right. They're leading by example.
With that being said, that's why so many of our children are looking up to athletes like LeBron James and God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant, and our rappers like Da Baby.
Which is why I did this particular subject.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. You have to have some integrity inside the house. If there's no integrity inside the house, then what do you have?
Yeah.
You have nothing. You have anarchy. There are no rules. I mean, if they're looking to people like the baby as a role model,
the Migos,
Cardi B, Snoop Dogg, or whoever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you look at the people like that as role models, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Wouldn't you say?
I'm just thinking, what have anybody done that makes me want to say, "Wow, they're leading by example"?
Exactly. There isn't anybody, not in recent history. Not in recent history.
Damn, so it's been like since what, the 60s or the 70s that we had someone that was leading by example?
That's where I was getting at. There aren't any.
In the 80s we had
nobody.
And then the 90s we
nobody.
Had, in the 2000s
nobody.
Bill Clinton led by example.
What, cheat on
you guys? Let me do this right quick. You guys know I'm kidding, right? I'm just trying to make jokes right now because honestly, I cannot think of anybody.
There aren't any, man. I'm telling you, there aren't any.
Okay, let me say this. I love my women. Women here.
It don't matter, male or female.
Maxine Waters has done her due diligence.
No.
Stacey Abrams is doing her due diligence.
No.
I mean, they haven't got to a greater plateau, but they are doing what they can do right now. I especially Stacey Abrams. Well, even Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters been in the game for a while.
Let me say this real quick about those two ladies. No disrespect to those two ladies. I know you're fans of both of them. No disrespect to them, but Maxine Waters and Stacey Abrams are doing exactly what the Democrats want them to do.
Which is?
Let's keep the niggas in check.
No, I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. I don't. They are fighting hard to get us
to vote for the Democrats. That's all. That's the only thing they're doing. Well, they're trying to solidify the Democrats party by getting us to vote Democrat. That's all they're trying to do. They're politicians.
Of course.
And they work for the politicians.
Yeah,
so that's all they're doing. They haven't done anything. They're not leading by example.
But they're going out there doing their due diligence.
They're doing what they're getting paid to do.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like they're doing far and beyond more than others have. I mean, they're not the first one to get this position and go this hard. You know, I agree. Sheila Jackson Lee. Sheila Jackson Lee been in the game a long time.
Sheila Jackson Lee is not even from here.
Yeah, that's true.
So she don't count. And she's doing exactly what the Democrats are paying her to do too.
Hold on, I don't know. We gotta have somebody.
Nobody. I'm telling you. There's nobody. Let's put it like this. There's nobody on the national level. Now we got a few people on the grassroots level that might be doing something, but those on the grassroots though. I mean, we got people like, whether you like them or not, we got people like Dr. Umar Johnson, Tariq Nasheed, Professor Black True, Jason Black. They got those guys. But those are grassroots people, okay? But people that's like in the political game, no, we don't have anybody. We got Dr. Phil Valentine, we got Professor James Smalls, we got Dr. Kaba Hiawatha Combinate, we got Dr. Joy Degree, we got Michelle Alexander, but those are grassroots people. Those aren't people that's like, out there in the politics trying to make changes and stuff like that. We don't have anybody like that.
I just, while we sitting up here, I Googled black leaders living, because the first list I pulled up, just about all of them were dead.
Of course.
The first name that popped in, you'll never guess it.
Who?
Kamala Harris.
Oh my God. Oh damn.
You don't think she's leading by example, huh?
Hell no. First off, she ain't black. I don't care what nobody says. She is not black, y'all. I will argue anybody at that point. She is not black by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, here's another. Her name is Rosalind Brewer. She's Walgreens' next CEO and only black woman to currently lead a Fortune 500
I'm not worried about
firm.
that. No.
See, this is all business. See, we don't have anybody. Okay, what about the black lady Kizima? They call her Kizzy, who's supposed to have led the scientists of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine.
No.
The first black astronaut.
No. I don't want to hear about first black anything. Okay, that means nothing.
I don't see any on here.
And you won't.
Wow. Raphael Warmack, the Georgia's first black senator.
See, there you go. First black. No.
But he's leading the way just like Stacey and you know, all of them.
Doing exactly what the Democrats told him to do.
Oh, God.
Solidify that black vote.
I cannot believe there is no one that we can think of. Wow. Wait a minute, man. Come on now. I mean, this is racking my brain for real. I'm serious, for real. So we don't have no black leaders living.
Not on the national level, no. Not to the level of a Malcolm X or a Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., no.
Well, you know, on previous shows we have talked about this. We've kind of alluded to this same innuendo. I don't think anyone is willing to put their family lives out like Malcolm and Martin did.
Well, see, think of it is, and you're absolutely right, because those guys are cut from a different cloth. And I say that because those guys put their lives on the line so to make our lives better.
Right.
Everybody else, it's all about them and what they can get out of it for the moment. And once they get what they're going to get, they get out of it. It's all about them.
Wow. This is unbelievable. Wow.
Now, one person comes close, and that's Louis Farrakhan. He comes close.
And I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were saying how Louis Farrakhan was talking about, if you notice how slow he moves now, and how slow he talks now, because he said that he knew someone had fed him some poison, and that it's killing him slowly. He knows this, and that's what's going on with him now. Did you know that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh my God.
That's why he's having Ishmael Muhammad take his place. He's grooming him to take his spot. Now, how good Ishmael Muhammad is going to be, is he going to be as prolific as Brother Minister Louis Farrakhan? We don't know. But that's why he's grooming Ishmael Muhammad to take his place. Going over these phone lines and see what everybody...
Yeah, because I'm hoping maybe somebody knows someone that we're missing or something.
Yeah.
Okay, the number is 469-638-3459.
Let me put the splash screen up.
Again, 469-638-3459.
All right,
splash screen is up. My brain about there is no black leaders that has go far and beyond as our Malcolms and our Martins and
even Adam Clayton Powell,
John Lewis and
no, John Lewis don't count.
I love John Lewis. He's stuck in it. That man got busted in the head to try to get us to right to vote.
This is Les.
Nice. That's who I want to hear from.
So, brother, what's going on, man?
What's up?
Oh, not a lot, not a lot. What's going on, brother?
I'm just sitting here listening.
As usual, the floor is yours.
All right, I'm gonna skip a lot of stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's see. We're gonna start with Black Lives Matter since that's pretty much where y'all started. And Reggie, you might put it out there. I agree with you 100%. I agree with the sentiment of Black Lives Matter.
Exactly.
But the organization, I wouldn't give them 2 cents. And we see what one of the leaders did.
Yeah.
She took the money and ran.
Took the money and ran. Did she buy like 2 houses or something like that, Les?
Yeah, ran to the white neighborhood with $1 million homes.
Yeah.
What? I hadn't heard that.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I told you.
Yeah, that's the one of the leaders of the national organization called Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Yeah. So you got the sentiment. I agree with the sentiment, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Which is behind the movement.
Right.
But that organization, can't deal with them at all. And they have not got a dime from me, and won't ever get a dime.
Oh, me either.
And like you said, they've been co-opted by the alphabet community.
There you go.
So, which tends to happen to all of the organizations that may have had good intentions to begin with. And, they get so big, and then those other communities come in. We need a piece of this pie. As a matter of fact, let's just change the pie to our flavor.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Why do we do that as black people? Why do we get so far? We get so many people on our team, and then we end up flipping a switch. Why do we do that?
Because we didn't listen to the past leaders.
Hello, that's exactly it. Let's hit the nail on the head.
Very good point. That is so disgusting. I hadn't heard that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me move on. I'm going to hit this Cornel West.
Yeah.
I read about it a few days ago, and here's what I think, Rick, because if you think about it, first one went down was Tavis Smiley.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
I forgot about Tavis.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Oh,
because Tavis Smiley and Cornel West were the biggest Obama critics. And Obama got a lot of pull at Harvard.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, he was the first so-called black president of the Harvard Law Review or whatever. Oh, yeah. That's where his pull comes from. That's where he can pull the power strings there. If I'm not mistaken, one of his daughters is going to
I think Malia, the oldest one. Malia.
Yeah, so that's those strings getting pulled behind the scenes.
Yep.
Because his biggest two critics in the black community.
Yep.
Cornel West and Tavis Smiley. Tavis Smiley was an easy takedown.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Cornel West was so established and so entrenched. It took a while.
Yeah, it took a minute, but he finally got him out of there.
And that's my best guess.
No, you're right. I agree with you. I didn't think about that though, but yeah, you're absolutely right. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
But it's still disgusting the way they doing it, though. I mean, give the man his tenure.
It's one of those things. If you look at his complaint, it wasn't necessarily the tenure as more the actions over the recent years towards minorities and how they're trying to manipulate the curriculum or not recognize the curriculum like they used to, and him going in there trying to buck the system, say, "Hey, y'all making too many changes. Well, we can fix you."
Yep. Good point.
Oh, okay.
Just have to do a little research on that. He went in there and he shakes things up, and in his mind, he had been there long enough that he could shake things up.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And he had been shaking things up for years.
You know what? I think
that's how he came to the. First of all, he's very intelligent.
No doubt.
He's intelligent and all black. And that shook things up, but you couldn't bother him because nobody was on his level.
Right.
Not in that circle anyway.
Right.
So when you start pulling them power strings, it's that the system will show you exactly what they think of you eventually.
Oh, no doubt about it.
So do you think he said it was the tenure because he didn't want to ruin Harvard's reputation as being, let's just put it out there, as being slightly racist?
No, he put it out there just, I mean, the tenure was just a piece of it.
Mhm.
So he put it out there. I mean, and Harvard is racist.
Yeah, very much so.
It's I mean, we have HBCUs because of places like Harvard.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We had the smartest black people in the world couldn't go to Harvard. And if you
Oh,
look
no.
at the African American populace at Harvard over the years, you may have 1-2%, maybe, and that's high.
Yeah, that's high for them.
And it's not because they didn't have the academic prowess.
Right.
No, it's because of the policies in place.
Right, exactly.
And now that the pendulum swinging black right now,
Very.
and everybody's trying to get on board, but you still have those people that are fighting the system. Now, Cornel West is one of those people that helped the pendulum swing black.
Yep, he is. He sure is.
But you can only have so many, and he's part of that old school group of leaders. Now, that's a leader
Yep.
that, stood on it even when it was unpopular.
Yeah. That's yep.
His most unpopular time was when Obama was in office.
Yep. He's one of his biggest critics.
And he stood on it.
And he stood on it. You're absolutely right. He stood on it with conviction.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I'm gonna move past him to that mama and son. That had to have been brewing over time, and that had to have been a very dysfunctional family.
You know what? You know what, Les? I didn't mean to cut you off, man. Me and Mimi were talking about that when we first heard it, and we said that very same thing that you just said. There had to be some serious dysfunction in that household for them to shoot out with each other.
Yep, either that, or that boy put his hands on his mom.
Good. Ooh.
And I'm gonna give y'all the example that we all know about. Marvin Gaye putting his hands on his daddy.
And Mark, yeah. Yep.
That's right.
So,
I forgot about that.
That's one of those. Y'all know. Y'all especially know how them old school was raised.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
And I know if I raise my hand up, I'm like you, Rich. I might have got mad. But I know how to walk off and mumble.
Hello.
Walk off and mumble.
Walk off and mumble. Could you better? What you say? Nothing.
That's a good point.
Yep.
And better not breathe too hard.
Oh, come on now.
Walk off, mumble, say that, and don't say it too loud.
Oh, no, you say it too loud. That's an automatic butt kicking. Come on.
You will hear a shoe whiffing by your ear. Baby.
Yeah, like I said, that family had to have been in a state of dysfunction in order for both of them to have guns, and you got the OK Corral out there like that right there. That's something that has been brewing for years, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Les.
All right, now I'm skipping over everything else and going straight to the leadership.
Okay.
Lead by example.
Okay.
All right, now I listened to all those leaders, so-called leaders that were named.
Okay.
And I'm going to start where y'all started. First off, it starts at home.
Yes, exactly.
Because the first people to lead is us to our children or the children.
Exactly.
Right.
And as Reggie and I have said time and time again, we grew up with some great leaders.
Oh, no doubt.
And it didn't matter. I mean, we're talking school, church.
Yep.
Just the community in general.
Mm-hmm.
Then it depends on how you define it. But like you said, we had leaders put standards in place, and they expect those standards to be upheld.
Yes, indeed.
So and that's the way we came up. Like you stepped out that door. I said, you know, when we went to school, even after we left home, it wasn't. Yeah, we had Mr. Patton's training, but we also had home training.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And you combine those, you weren't going to get out of line.
Of
You're
course.
going to look good. You're going to act right as much as you could anyway, and try not to get caught when you didn't.
Yep.
You know, but you know, you it wasn't that if you got out of line, it wasn't that you didn't know where the line was.
Exactly.
You made a conscious decision to get out of line
Yep.
and hope you didn't get caught before you jump back over.
Yes, indeed.
The other thing, I'm gonna get to some of these names y'all called in a little bit, but the other thing is we can't confuse leadership and charisma.
Good. Oh, yes. Yes, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Because there's some, I hate to say it like I'm about to say it, there's some damn good preachers
Oh, no doubt.
that lead you straight to hell. Because you follow that charismatic man. Or woman now, you know, but you following charisma. That person that's gonna make you feel good, got that swag, does not make you a good leader.
Exactly. Prime example, Reverend Ike. Come on now.
Oh no, not really.
Reverend Ike. But now here's the difference.
He's so
You
old.
got there are some great leaders that we just don't agree with.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, us not agreeing with them does not mean they're not good leaders.
Right, I agree with you. I agree with you.
You know, and a lot of the list, but a lot of that list, we'll take Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams is a damn good leader, but it is what her ability to lead is not questionable. It's her end goal that's questionable.
That's my whole point. And that's my whole point.
Okay, that's a different one. Okay.
So we can't confuse her leadership ability with what her ultimate goal is. Because if she led to something we all agree with, we swear she's the best damn leader on earth.
No doubt.
But like I say, the end goal, and that's how we typically define our leaders. But I'm gonna take it all the way back to we agree Malcolm and Martin were two of the best.
No doubt.
Now, we all know Martin had his flaws.
Yes.
And you say,
What did Martin do?
Well,
He
those records will be unsealed in our lifetime. Just Google Martin flaws.
Yeah. Nah, I heard of him, saw him, Reggie done told me, yeah. But still, even though they had him, though, they still was so. Didn't you feel like both, like they was just genuine, just.
Well, see,
I'm getting ready to get to my next point. If you're a good leader, your followers will cover your flaws.
case in point, Elijah Muhammad.
If you're a good leader, you're making progress for your followers, whatever flaws you have. And you best believe, I mean, Malcolm was probably the purest leader we had.
Yes.
Marcus Garvey
Yes.
were probably the two purest as far as there is nothing concrete that you will ever say once they put themselves in leadership roles or got established in leadership roles. You're not going to hear anything that can be backed up with. As a matter of fact, Malcolm is the purest because there is tape to back up where he wouldn't fold.
Exactly.
FBI sit right there on the couch and tried to get him to snitch.
Yeah, they tried to get him to turn over on Elijah Muhammad and a whole bunch of other folks, and he didn't do it.
Wouldn't do it. And that tape's out there for everybody to hear.
Yep.
So now, like I say, there are tapes out there on Martin. But the followers, his tight-knit group, were so into what he was doing and what they were doing that you weren't going to get them to say a word. Now the FBI, of course, they got stuff on tape,
Yep.
but hey, I hadn't heard the tape. His wife heard it.
Hmm.
She chose not to jump. So yeah, Hoover sent her the tapes for him and his dalliances,
Yeah.
and sent him the tape, and basically told him you might well kill yourself
Yep. Pretty much.
because we're gonna expose you. But the movement was so powerful and his leadership ability was so great.
Oh my God. Yeah.
They couldn't. The only way to overcome that was the way they did overcome it was to kill him
Yep.
Wow.
and Mount.
Yep.
And they killed them both, knowing if they'd ever got together, it would have been over.
And that's the reason why they killed him, because if those two would have got on the same page, I mean, they both had the same goal. They just went about different ways of doing it.
And they were getting there.
Yes, they were, because they had met with each other on several occasions.
Behind the scenes and one time publicly.
Yep. Exactly.
Farrakhan,
Yes.
a leader with flaws. Now, we don't know Farrakhan's biggest flaw was Farrakhan loved Farrakhan.
Pretty much. Pretty much. That's the same thing that John Henry Clark said. Farrakhan's in love with Farrakhan, and that was his biggest flaw.
But you can't deny his leadership ability.
No, you can't.
No man could make the call that he made and get that many people to get to D.C. when he did more than one time.
I'm about to say on more than one occasion.
Yeah. His leadership ability is unparalleled.
No doubt.
Even right now.
Yep.
If he said the word, a great majority of them in his organization would raise up and raise hell
Yes, indeed. But just a mere.
on his word.
Yep. Just by saying, "Hey, go do it," and they'll do it with without question.
If he hinted hard enough, they would raise up.
Yep.
Judge Joe Brown.
Get him,
I
Les.
like that. I like Judge Joe Brown. I do.
Tell the truth.
Because I'm not telling the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. I like Judge Joe Brown, and I agree with Judge Joe Brown probably about 85% of the time because he preaches man being a man.
Thank you. Yes.
Protecting the women and kids.
There you go.
Above all else, he preaches a man being a man.
Exactly.
Now, with that, he's brash,
Yes, he is.
but you cannot. And here's his take on Bill Cosby. I've listened to it over and over again. His take was you have to take into consideration the times. Now, here's where I'm about to go with that. In his times, Quaaludes then was Molly or ecstasy now.
Right.
So if and here's the other thing, he never slipped anything into a drink.
There you go.
As far, I mean, even his own testimony. Now, let me go back. Do I think Bill is entirely innocent? No. I think at some point over the years, at some point, there's entirely too many for him not to have stepped over the line a few times. But, and as bad as I hate to say it, I'm going to say it, I don't think anybody walked in those situations blind.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm glad you said it, Les. I'm glad I'm not just talking for myself. Come on.
And even the therapist that you mentioned, you don't get to be a therapist to Bill Cosby by being stupid. And if you're that smart to be a therapist, they have their rules And if somebody came up to a therapist right now and said, I murdered somebody, that's not confidential. Or I'm about to murder somebody. That's
Right.
not confidential at that point.
Right.
That's you're about to do harm or you have done harm that therapist is obligated to
Yeah.
report.
Mm-hmm.
So now what kept her? So supposedly she went to the police station and filed a report.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even read about this. I'm just asking questions. Now supposedly she went to a police station. She filed a report.
Mm-hmm.
They did a rape kit and it got lost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That didn't keep this last woman that there was no rape kit. It didn't get lost. And that didn't keep her years after the fact from bringing that case. You know, it's all about, and here's what it's about. Bill Cosby, you know, like I said, I don't think he was right all the time. I do believe that man crossed the line a few times. And I believe there may be people out there that may have concrete evidence, but here's what I believe. The ones with concrete evidence, probably black. And they ain't gonna take Bill Cosby down because that's Bill Cosby.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe. The ones with the concrete evidence probably got the evidence, probably got it somewhere sitting to the side. Big mama, nobody, everybody else, but they ain't gonna take Bill Cosby down.
Yeah.
You can take down a whole lot of people, but you're not gonna take Bill Cosby down.
Okay.
Because we grew up on Bill Cosby.
Right.
And as bad as that sounds, that's the way it is. That's kind of the way. You know, even right now, man went in, he did a little jail time. Gotta admit, he stood on his convictions. Now, on that particular case, he told the attorney, "I'll do 10 years before I sit there and admit to something I didn't do."
Yep.
So he basically said, "I'll sit here and die in prison before I admit to something I didn't do."
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I believe, this is me. If somebody had came with good evidence, he would have copped the plea.
Right.
If somebody had came and he was guilty of doing what they said he did, he would have copped the plea. I just don't think that was the one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the one that brought the one that actually brought the case was the one. I think she was trying to come and she took $3.something million.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then filed charges.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I believe probably over the years he done forked out $30-40 million over the years.
Right.
Yeah, actually, I don't think he's innocent all the way, but I believe he was innocent of this particular one.
Okay.
That's the way I believe on. And I'm on, bad as I hate to do it. And Bill Cosby, until we heard different, take away what you heard. He was one of the leaders in the black entertainment industry.
Yes, he was. He really was. He really was at one point in time, because you got to be crazy rich to try to buy a whole network. Yeah, that's exactly what he tried to do. He tried to buy a network.
He was a leader on not only on network television.
Yep.
But he was a leader in the comedic community. Period.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, Bill Cosby, Dick Gregory, Richard Pryor,
Red Fox.
Red Fox. That's the big four right there.
Yep.
Matter of fact, and if you just really want to look at it, go look at the movie. What's the movie all of them was in?
Harlem Nights.
Yeah, those were your big ones right there. Those were the leaders, and you can see how the torch got passed.
Yep.
Those were your comedic leaders, but Bill Cosby was actually on another level.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, had to bring bring Bill Cosby up, man. Not back to Judge Joe Brown. You know, there's video out there of Judge Joe Brown just acting a fool.
Mm-hmm.
So I say that to say, all your leaders have flaws.
Yeah, they all do. I mean, there's no such thing. You're human. That's why I brought up Elijah Muhammad and his shortcomings. You know, I mean, because you got flaws, man. I mean, you know, but
And the other thing with entry, and that's another aspect of leadership. Elijah Muhammad was not charismatic.
no, he wasn't. That's why he had Malcolm doing the talking for him.
Right. Malcolm was the charisma. Malcolm also was smart. But Elijah had the brains to build that organization and to capitalize on Malcolm's charisma.
And he did.
And he did. So leaders recognize, and that's the other thing. Leaders recognize future leaders and try and put them in a position.
And that's what he was doing with Malcolm until they had that falling out.
Mm-hmm. So leadership is a strange. It's a strange subject because there's many branches to it.
Right.
People confuse leadership with charisma. They confuse it with management. Not be a good leader.
Oh man,
Absolutely.
yes, I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and oftentimes your best leaders are out there amongst you have those unofficial leaders out there that's really running the show. I use them all the time.
Yep.
I need something done, and depending on what I need done, I got some unofficial people I can go talk to. Hey, this is what I need done. Make it happen.
Yeah.
And they're going to make it happen.
Let me tell you something. My co-host, my fiance, was the same exact way at her gig. I mean, her boss can call her right now, and she can rattle it out with no problem, whatever he needs.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I said, he recognized that ability.
Yeah.
And, he recognized it now. Did he put you in a position, or did you turn down a position? Because a lot of people are natural leaders that don't want to lead.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Reggio. I told him that before. He needed that, but I don't know if he doesn't deal with the different personalities or the politics that came with it. But I think he still is, but he'll have
And I
to
tell you, it's
grow into
time
it.
I had great. Just dealing with the different personalities every day.
Mm-hmm.
But and I'll be honest, I have about 10-year run. I had to step back for a little while.
Right.
Because most of your leaders tend to have health issues later on because that's a stressful. If you don't have good people, you got to have good people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have good people, and you constantly having the pride and motivation, that's gonna wear on you over time.
Right.
Like I say, leadership, and that's why many leaders have flaws. And if you look at most of their flaws, have something to do with stress relief.
Yep. That's true. Very true. Very true. In some form or fashion.
In some form of fashion.
Never looked at it like that before.
Oh yeah, if you sit back and think about it, most of their flaws. Now, then you have those that their flaws are straight ego based. Jim Jones be a prime example.
Oh my God, yes. That's a really good example.
Yeah.
That's straight ego based. Trying to think of someone else. Oh, that. And some of these, you use TD Jakes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a good leader. You can't build an organization like that
Right.
and not be a good leader.
Mm-hmm.
However, I put him in the same boat as Stacey Abrams in a sense. What are you doing for the people as a whole?
Besides taking their money.
How are you? Because religion only goes the Potter's house, even though it's nationwide or worldwide.
Worldwide. Mm-hmm.
What has the Potter's house done for you?
Good question.
Besides made you feel good when you saw it on TV.
Les, we're gonna have to go and let you go because you dropping too many. You making me think too hard now. Cause now, okay, now that you say, oh wow. Shoot. Well, he's doing stuff over in Africa. You know, he does stuff here locally in Dallas. He does Dallas and Fort Worth.
I see him here in Alabama.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
What has he done? What has he done? Let me put it. What has he done for the diaspora in America?
Oh,
the African diaspora in America.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
And then just think about it. The profit he makes. Oh, Reggie brought up. Oh, y'all brought up Creflo Dollar. Okay, that man's right up. He 80 miles up the road from me. I ain't never seen him go outside of Atlanta unless he's flying to New York or somewhere like that. What is he doing for people other than making them feel good on TV? Or you come to the church, but you're not even going to that church. And you ain't, I mean, if you need to tithe or paid by credit card, oh, they got that available for you.
Oh, yeah.
ATM.
ATM.
Come in that church and not going to drunk and just watch. It's all about the money.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, they got great messages.
Right.
TD Jakes had something with humble beginnings,
Mm-hmm.
and he can tell you about his humble. You can sit there and look at him when he had that curl. In that little small church with that lady reading from the Bible.
Yeah, I think he had like 3 or 4 members. Yeah.
Right. You know, and to come from that, you would think you got this Potter's house. Yeah, you may do some charity, but I personally can't see anything he's done.
Because there hasn't been anything. Same deal with Creflo Pimperdollar. You know, you ain't gonna say nothing from him either.
Right. But if I need a good word, and you know, like I say, he got the charisma. He can speak. He can make you feel good. He can go old school Baptist on you. He can get very modern on you, very educated. He can hoop. But what good? I can get that down there in New Dover.
Come on now.
I go to Tom, Oklahoma. Some of the best preachers came out them backwoods that make TD look kind of crazy.
You ain't lying. Say that again, Les. You already know.
You're right.
And for the most part, them churches down there actually did more for the community than anything ever came out of Dallas.
I agree.
So that's my point. Yeah, you got this great big organization behind that organization. If you call right now and said, you know what, I'm down on my luck, please help me, it's gonna come at a cost.
A big one.
You don't belong to that church, so you probably ain't getting the help.
Thank you.
And they'll probably put you in contact with some outreach ministry. Yeah, they're gonna reach out, but they ain't gonna hand you nothing.
They sure ain't.
They're gonna reach out and see what you can hand them.
Exactly.
Plant a seed. They're gonna need you to sow a seed.
Yep.
I'm about damn tired of sowing seeds. Ain't nothing growing in my garden. I sow my seed in my backyard, so I can see it grow right there myself. Yeah, they're all preaching. When it's all said and done, they're preaching the same sermon.
Pretty much.
They're using different words, but they're preaching the same sermon.
Pretty much.
They're preaching that same thing Reverend Ike preached.
Yep. Put your money in my pocket. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, at least Reverend Ike was honest about it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
He was honest. I want your money, and he would tell you that's what I want. I don't need no pie in the sky. I need my pie right here. He tell you that.
Yep. He sure did, and he had millions of followers.
Right.
Well, he had the media because he was straight up and honest about it. Is that why he had so many followers?
He didn't sugarcoat nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just like Les said, he was very charismatic with it.
Yeah, and he didn't sugarcoat it. If you want what I got, then send me your money, and I tell you what I did to get.
Yep, exactly.
And I I even send you one of these handkerchiefs back.
Yep. He'll send him a handkerchief or send him some prayer water or something, anything.
The blessing oil.
Yeah, the blessing oil. Yeah.
Honest about it. Real Mike Summers was all about making money. He wasn't even trying. He said your heaven is right here. Get your heaven while you're here.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's the difference between him and the rest of these pimps.
That's what they are, pimps. I told you,
Oh
pimps.
my God. That's a harsh word.
It's the truth. What are they doing? They are pimping the name of Jesus.
They are
pimping Jesus.
They are saving souls for Christ.
No, they're not. They're saving
get to heaven.
No, what they're doing is saving their money in their pocket.
Oh my gosh. No.
Now, don't get me wrong. You got a few. I don't know who they are.
Oh my God.
You have some out there that are sincere, and their church grows because of their sincerity. And I believe T.D. Jakes was one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get drunk with power.
Yep.
Or, I mean, at what point, at what point did you say, okay, we're going to make money regardless of what we do. Let's start giving right there. And you could go from Dallas and run 100 miles every direction and just give away money and they'll never run out.
That's true.
And but he's a good leader. But is the outcome of his leadership benefiting anybody other than the people within his organization?
Or just himself.
Or just himself, right? And that's the deal with leaders. Are you training future leaders? What are you training them to do? Are you training them to build? And that's where we are now. At some point, it's at some point in our life where we want to lead, or we want to be in charge. Let me rephrase that. We want to be in charge, just to say we're in charge. Being in charge and leading, two different things.
I agree.
So, anyway, y'all, I got long-winded.
No, you dropping them jewels, make you think. I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I put my notes down somewhere. I don't know where I put them. But I think I hit everything. We talked about Farrakhan. Or did we talk about Farrakhan?
We talked about him briefly.
Yeah, briefly. Like I say, cheerleaders right now on a national level that are doing something for us. We have a few that are capable. And the great majority of them are women.
Who?
Women.
You want to name some names?
Yeah. Well, you've already named them. But, some of them are past their prime. Stacey Abrams is up and coming. Now, Kamala Harris, good leader, but not good for us.
Thank you.
I just feel like she lied to me. I feel bamboo.
That tone about her voice, good leader, but not good for us.
Yeah, I feel bamboozled.
The more things are coming out now, some of her people from her past that worked for her saying she really wasn't a good leader.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I heard about that. I've heard stories about that.
She ruled with an iron fist, which, that's some leaders' style. She'd hang up on her subordinates in mid-sentence while they're trying to say things like, that's what they're saying, I don't know. But that's what some are saying. Then again, you have some say, okay, she's the best one we've ever worked for. Truth somewhere in the middle.
Right.
Because regardless of it's one thing we know. Now, Reggie, whether you believe she's black or not, the great majority see her as that. Now, and I'm saying this for a reason. One thing we know with the great majority seeing her as that, and I'm talking the great majority as in that global minority majority.
Right.
They see her as that. And their biggest fear is Joe Biden dies and she becomes president.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, that's true.
So not only do you have, in their mind, not only do you have a black back up there in the White House. But now you got a black woman.
Right.
They don't want a woman up there, period.
No, they don't.
No color.
Black or white.
Mm-hmm.
So to give them a double dose in their mind, oh man, they could burn this damn country down.
Oh,
You
Lord.
ain't lying.
Wow.
So, I mean, yeah, I could go on and on, but yeah, not tonight. I think I done rambled long enough. You check my nose. I put my glasses on. Yeah, man. My eyes got bad over the years. Yeah, I think I hit all of them.
Good.
Okay, well, you good as usual, Les. You know.
Absolutely. Especially your take on Black Lives Matter, and then this take on the mother and son. I like your take on Cornel West. You got me thinking about Cornel now, cause
Well, like I say, it's the less obvious that tends to be what's really going on.
mm-hmm.
And at some point, Cornel West being Cornel West, at some point he'll get the information and put it out there. But I honestly think that it's some strings being pulled behind the scenes that really have nothing to do with his tenure. But that's kind of the way they put it out there to him. But they've been being pulled for the last 5-6 years.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
So I guess the point that I'm stuck on now is like, if he's seen all this happening over the years, why did he stay?
Well, here's the thing, because, and you got to think, he's world renowned.
True.
So,
Mm-hmm.
him being at Harvard, you got to figure Cornel West is gone, probably out on the circuit the great majority of the year.
True.
Well, yeah, he did say that when he came back to Harvard the second time, he's making less than he did the first time. So you're right. He probably make all his money doing tours and books and all that. Yeah, okay.
Right.
I see what you're saying. But with that Harvard title, that's what's getting him in the door anyway. Okay, I had to.
Right.
Two heads better than one. You had to help me work it out. I get it now.
He comes back to the home base, so to say, and every time he comes back, it's changed a little more to his detriment.
Right. Mm-hmm. So in a sense, hell, he was using him like they were using him.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
Yeah, the one thing about it, and you have to look at it like this. He's powerful enough to leave.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So it didn't really hurt him. In the grand scheme of things, who's getting the negative publicity?
Harvard.
Harvard
Yeah.
is. Harvard is.
Definitely.
So that's a power move on his part. He saw their power play, so he made his.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the lady in North Carolina.
Nicole, Hannah,
They made the power play, she made hers. Who got the negative publicity?
North Carolina.
North Carolina did.
And now everybody talking about her going to Howard. She's going to be there with Felicia Rashad, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're playing chess. And they're making the right moves.
Get it.
And Cornel West will be out there on the circuit telling his story, probably write another book. More
Yep.
millions, and
Yep.
he's going rocking, and his prestige goes down not one iota.
Not none.
Not none.
So
If
when
anything,
all
it get
said and done,
better.
He still has a degree from Harvard.
That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly. You
You're
can't take
right.
that
Can't
away.
Exactly. You can't take that away at all.
Right.
Wow.
Still a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You probably go teach anywhere in this world if
He
you
can.
wanted to.
If he wanted to. If he really wanted to.
Yeah.
That's not a college on the on the planet that wouldn't take him.
Wouldn't love to have him. Yeah. Wow.
Now if we go back, like I started out, where we went wrong, or where they're going wrong on the national stage is these leaders now don't have the base surrounding them like Malcolm had, like Martin had. The only way you could get them was to infiltrate that organization.
That's true.
With these leaders now, they get off message so damn easy.
Oh
You
yeah,
never
yeah.
seen Martin or Malcolm get off message in public,
They never did.
and you never seen anybody around them. If they got off message in private, you never seen anybody around them say anything about it.
Nope.
because that's how tight knit group they had,
True.
Hmm.
and it was a large group. I mean, they were based, especially Martin. He was based right in Atlanta and Montgomery. Southern Christian Leadership Conference right up the road. Then he had the church right down the road. So that base was here, and that's not a small base. You got preachers and secretaries and and they had the NAACP kind of with them, which that's a whole nother organization. We probably need to talk about it some other time. That ain't what it seems.
Nope.
But we'll get to that at some other time. That's really a white organization.
Yeah, it is.
Colored in the title.
Yeah. Exactly. It was founded by white people in the first damn place. Yeah. So that's where the money came from.
And see, I would go further down that rabbit hole, but they would shut this channel down.
Yep, they would.
You know where I'm about to go.
Yep.
By the time I finish this 2-3 sentences, damn channel be shut down tonight anyway.
Exactly, it sure would be. So we'll save it for another time, soul brother.
Yeah, and like I say, I wrote a book about it.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Let me get on here and get my sleep in.
All right, Les, as usual, brother. We appreciate you calling, man.
Absolutely.
All right, I enjoyed y'all, and hey, let's try it again next week.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
do it.
All right.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Good night. Wow. Nice.
All right. If anybody else want to call in, we got time.
Mm-hmm.
We good. If anybody else want to call in, we got time.
Oh, it's 9 o'clock. People probably sleep.
Oh, everybody probably sleep by now. Either they got to go to work.
Tomorrow. Wow.
Well, okay. Well, I shut the phone lines down anyway. Did it by accident. I wasn't trying to. But anyway, so we'll get y'all later. Oh, somebody else called in. This might be Paul. What's up? Who's calling?
It's me.
I told you. What's up, Paul?
Nothing much. How you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Hey, we good, man. We good, man. Floor is yours, man. What's on your mind?
Lord, what's on my mind? Well, first off, I actually want to thank Les for a lot of the points that he made. I actually enjoyed listening to him this evening. I didn't normally get a chance to hear him out.
Okay.
With that being said, there's a reoccurring thing that happens when I was listening to you guys tonight. They kept bringing it back to the same point each and every time. And so I posed the question, if you went home as a kid and lied to your parents, what happened?
Oh, man, you have hell to pay.
Exactly. Now, what happens if you told them the truth?
Well, if you tell them the truth, you still have hell to pay, but it won't be as bad.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, how many of our political... No, we will remove political. How many of our black leaders over the course of the last 30 years have not ran from the truth?
Let's go back further than that, Paul. How many black leaders over the past 50 or 60 years have ran from the truth?
See, I won't go that far back because of not only the gentleman that spoke up today, but a lot of the integrity that the black men had from the 50s and 60s.
Right.
We have to acknowledge that integrity was there, and we can't say a majority going back that far. But if you put your foot firmly in 1980 and you start running forward to 2021, how many do you have?
Not many, not if any, none.
No, I'll give you one just because I looked him up before I walked out.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy.
Who?
He wasn't a political leader.
Who?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, the comedian?
Yes.
He's a political leader?
I said he wasn't a political leader. But he's the only one I found thus far, as I've been looking, that hasn't ran away from the truth when it came down to scandals.
Oh yes, you're right. You're right. He came at it head first. You're right. You're absolutely right.
And it didn't hurt him. You go back and you look at Pluto Nash, that just completely ruined him.
Oh my God, that was a horrible movie.
But yet he turned right around and got into a 6-month relationship with and had a kid with Mel B.
Yeah.
At one point in time, it said he didn't think the kid was his, but never denied the fact that it could be. And he is still going strong.
Yeah, he is.
That's kind of my point with integrity in black men and leaders today. I really believe a lot of the black men that have the ability to be in leadership positions in this day and age don't know how to accept the truth. Plain and simple.
Huh.
And because they can't accept the truth, and here's the key point. Because they can't accept the truth, it turns into a shame point. And when you can shame and control a person, it's just like blackmail.
Good point. Really good point.
So on the other hand, you're saying they should get ahead of it before it comes out?
I don't even say get ahead of it. If you were standing on a podium and you were giving a speech and someone looked at you and said, did you have sexual relations with that person? And you look at them and say, yes, I did. Your point is, there is literally no power they have over you.
Oh, wow.
Oh man, yeah. You took the wheel.
So just take accountability for everything.
There you go. I mean, you know, exactly. if it pops up, just own it, and that way nobody can use it against you. Oh man, good point. Good point. Really good point.
Look at all of our leaders from 1980 going forward. That doesn't exist. And the sad part about it, this is the sad part about it. It's not limited to black men.
Oh yeah, I know that, but you know, I can care less about the other folks. They got to hold their own nuts, but you know.
So I'm just gonna be facetious here. So Marion Barry's supposed to be one of the best mayors that Detroit ever had.
The bitch set me up.
But so if he would have said that man up ass on, so you got caught smoking crack, you like, yep, I smoke crack. He should have just admitted it and kept going.
Why not?
Wow, that's like a strong man to admit they smoke drugs and do drugs.
Here's the thing, and I see what Paul is saying. You know, because if you admit
to
it, if you admit to it, they have no energy.
Exactly, I get it. Yeah,
they have no energy.
But really, honestly, how many people do that though? Even in their regular lives.
Good point.
Don't even have to be a leader. Just a regular person.
Wait. Aren't we discussing integrity?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's part of what integrity is.
Yes, it is.
Owning up to the mistakes you've made, owning up to the things that you've done, and being a positive person to push forward that knowledge to teach the next generation.
And Leslie, don't mean to cut y'all apart. When Leslie brought up a really good point in the chat room, he said Marion Barry got reelected right after the crack episode. He really did. He got reelected. Once he owned up to it, he got reelected.
Yeah. That's my point in a nutshell.
But didn't it take him a long time to own up to it though?
No, see, because once he got caught up, this is what happened. Once he got caught up, you know, he had the famous line, "The bitch set me up." He owned up to it. I mean, because like, you know, there was no denying it. So, you know, he said, "Yeah, I did it. So what?"
Wow. So
and all of a sudden, you can't do a scandal news print. You can't go digging up evidence because it's true. He's admitted it. Where do you go?
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's like walking in the house to the front door and you see your son with the TV trying to walk out the front door.
Yeah.
There's no way he can lie out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way.
Wow.
Because you got the TV right there, bro. Where you going with it?
Exactly. The second that you own up to anything that you've done that someone might consider bad or ill, so on and so forth, they can't do anything against you because you put it on the table.
You owning your own shit? Okay.
Yeah, it's only your own. Yeah. It's only your own mistakes. Yeah, to taking accountability for your actions.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
To take one of the big ones, that's not a black person, but Bill Clinton.
I was just going to say Bill
Clinton. Up to Monica Lewinsky,
yeah.
He would still be in power today.
Well,
even distinct being a good old boy.
Yeah. Well, technically, he didn't lie. He said he never had sexual relations, and some people don't feel like fellatio is a sexual relation. So I think that's the technicality.
Sexual relation.
Yeah, he thought I did not have sexual relation with that woman. And people don't look at fellatio as that.
Personally, in my book,
Mm-hmm.
the conjunction did not and woman is an automatic denial of any interaction.
Yep.
Goes together in the same sentence.
Good analogy. Okay.
You know, if you and you got to think about it in power words when speaking. Think about how powerful the word "did not" is. When you hear someone on the mic say "did not," you're going to turn around and look. And you're actually going to turn around and look. You're going to miss words, but you're going to hear what the point was. And the next thing that you hear is woman, or man, or drugs, because that's the next power word to follow. So you don't know anything else that came with it, but you know that you heard him deny what he did. And so if it comes out on the side point, that's a little bit of a technicality. Because of what you heard, you lied. Okay? Because you heard, I did not blankety blank, 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 drugs, woman, male, whatever that next power word is, you believe that he did not do it. When the scandal comes out that it did happen, it doesn't matter the size of the technicality. It happened, so he lied.
Okay.
It's all a matter of how the human brain listens and how we get trained to listen and how we get trained to pick up on certain words.
That's a good point. Very good point.
Not enough people actually active listen.
Not in a scenario like that. No, because you're always looking for the bad point or the scandal within it. So no.
Exactly. Exactly. And so if there's no scandal, if there is, and what's sad is you have to look at it from a nefarious standpoint. You have to, otherwise it won't work. You sit down and you listen to someone do a speech. You sit down and you listen to someone do a presentation. You are looking for something to use to discredit them.
That's true. That's true. You're always looking for the negative.
Looking for that information to discredit them. If they own up to it, you can't discredit them about it.
That's true.
Wow. Make you think.
Yep.
So now when I hear somebody yelling, this could be lingering on every word. What do you say?
There you go. Just own it, man.
Yeah.
Just own it. You know, that's what you do. But yeah, that's a good point.
Well, I guess if you want people to take you seriously, you got to take accountability. So if it comes face forward to you, be like, "Yep, I did it," and just move forward. Yeah. Because where the big deal come in and all the knockout drag out come is when when you say no, I didn't. That's your lie right there, and then now you got to spin it again to try to make it look good in your favor, and then that's when everything breaks loose.
Yep.
All hell break loose.
I think no, I didn't is a shield.
No, I didn't. Okay.
Truth or false, I think it's a shield. Because all of a sudden now you're empowering that person to prove your words.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, because now they're gonna try to prove that. Because now they're gonna try to prove you wrong because you said those words.
Well, they say they gotta come with receipts now.
They come out. Hey, come with receipts, man. I come with invoices. I don't tell you what you paid. I tell you what you still owe. So I come with invoices.
Looks already in bed, so you don't have to add to it.
There you go. Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
Well, Paul, man, as usual, brother, you drop some knowledge, man. I would ask you a Marvel question, but I'll save that for a later date.
I'm caught up on everything.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Really am.
Okay, good. But anyway, man, join us next week, bro.
Absolutely. Drop it on Jules.
Sounds good.
All right, man. I'll probably hit you up tomorrow sometime so we can have a Marvel talk because we need to have one.
We do. And I'm off. I've got all my homework done. I am cool beans all day tomorrow.
Oh, that's what's up then. I work. Yeah. Okay, cool. That'll work.
Take your time, call the digits. We're good to go.
All right, man. I'll get with you later, Paul.
Sounds good. You guys take care.
You
all right,
too,
later,
good
man.
Night. Wow. I love it when they be dropping them bombs. Be like, oh,
Yeah, see, provoking thought, man. That's what
in
it's
the words
supposed
I
to
send
be.
your hall. Make you say, Wow.
Oh man, well,
Good
I
show.
want to call in that welcome.
Definitely.
But but anyway, but what'd you think so far? I mean, this was a good subject.
Absolutely. At first I was like, this gonna be short. Because like I said, we couldn't think of no leaders. Nobody who's leading by example.
Nah, yeah, and I'm glad Paul called in because he made you think, man. Because we all have.
What was the scandal with Eddie Murphy? I didn't get.
Well, the thing with Eddie Murphy was there was two things with Eddie Murphy. The first thing was the fact that he was messing with Mel B of the Spice Girls. Remember that?
Yeah.
He got a baby with her.
Yeah.
He owned up to that. He said, well, the baby might not be mine. And come to find out the baby was his.
Right.
Okay. And then there was that one episode where he picked up that cross-dressing.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? He admitted to that. He said, yeah, I picked her up. So what? I just gave her a ride,
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys got some good memories. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He owned up to that. Couldn't nobody take that from him. Okay.
And no one never questioned his sexuality or anything, did
Nah.
they? Wow.
No, they sure didn't. They
Wow.
said, yeah, I gave her a ride. So what? I gave her a ride. I picked her up. I gave her a ride. So what?
Wow, that was deep. Okay.
So.
That's a good point. Very good point.
Yep. And Pluto Nash was a horrible movie. That movie was terrible.
Now, which one? That's when he went to space?
Yeah, that movie. Oh man, that movie was horrible. That was a horrible movie. To me, that was his worst movie. I don't care what nobody say, but yeah, that was his worst movie.
So you're a fan of the Clumps?
Oh, I like the Clumps.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
Definitely.
Yeah. I like that movie. Sherman.
A good show, babe.
Yeah, man, really good show.
So wrap it up.
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Nonsense. Do you have any thoughts like what was said today?
Well, it's like I said, it's like me and Les were talking about. Integrity starts in the home. I mean, and leadership starts in the home. I mean, because like you have to, if you have children, or if you have children, you have to give your child a good role model to look at. If you're a man and you have boys, you're the blueprint as to what they're supposed to be as when it comes to being a man. And it's like Les said, we had all kinds of people to look up to. We didn't have a father in the home. We had men to look up to. We had Mr. Solon Patton. We had our parents, our grandparents. We had Mr. Monroe Threadgill. We had countless preachers and people like that, man. We had so many folks to look up to till it was just ridiculous. But those guys, and they would straighten you up in a minute. If you would acting a fool or whatever, they would straighten you up in a minute. So, but like I said, leadership starts in the home. It always starts in the home because you are taught where the first place you learn anything at is in the home. I mean, you being a woman, you learn from your mother. Your mother taught you a whole bunch of different stuff.
Grandmother, great grandmother.
Exactly.
I even learned something from my Girl Scout troop.
See?
I mean, my mother, she just, like I said, it takes a village. I mean, it just surround your kids with,
positivity.
Yeah, because I just don't feel like a lot of these kids they don't have that. And that's why they gravitate toward the entertainers and the sports legends and the rigmarole that's going on with the TikToks and the Instagram, and I want to look like her. I want to have my look. Oh my God! Just don't. Like I said, leadership is important. Please don't be a follower. That's why I was stressed to my nieces all the time. Don't be a follower.
Come to think of it, you learned a few things from my mother.
Definitely, don't be a follower. Be a leader, because
I've always preached that.
Step in your own beat. Don't
exactly. My mother always told me that. She told me you got a brain, use it. Don't let nobody think your thoughts for you. And she's told me that she tells me that now. So, and I'm damn near 50. She tells me that now. So it is what it is.
I wish kids had that avenue that you guys had, even that I had as a woman,
right
back then. Because I knew if I can talk to my mother, I can talk to my grandma. If I can talk to my grandma, I can call Miss Sylvia. She was over my Girl Scout troop. You know, it's just different people. I had cousins and aunts, but my biggest pet peeve, me and my sister were just saying this the other day. I talk to women my age, but I like talking to older women.
Yeah.
because I'm trying to get to where they are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know there are some women my age who done been through some things.
Oh yeah, no
who
doubt.
probably can school me and guide me.
Right.
But as far as that wisdom factor, I'm trying to get
wisdom is something
Man.
that you really can't. You can't put a price on that.
And then if I see you have a leadership quality about yourself, I'm all in. I'm all in.
Yeah.
And you can't really find that these days. You know?
Because a lot of these youngsters don't really appreciate it anyway. That's number one.
They
really don't. They think they know everything and don't know how to ass on the hole in the ground.
Everything.
So, but
Twitter and Google is not the all in all, guys.
no, it's not. They can't tell you everything.
Can't tell you everything. But yeah, wow, good point. Very good point.
Yeah. So that's just the way. That's the way it is. So. But yeah, like I said, this was a really, really, really good show.
Definitely.
It ran longer than I thought it was going to run. I'll tell you that right now.
I know. I was like, yeah, this gonna be a show right here.
Wow.
But it was some good points raised, some good thoughts, gems dropped.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Very good. It's just every week it just astounds me. I love it. I love doing this show, man. I don't know how many times I can stress that.
I can honestly tell you, like I said, when I first started this show, when I was doing it by myself, I had a few people call in or whatever. But once me and you started doing the show together, which I absolutely love, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. But
and our co-hosts who call in, I
Oh,
love
man.
I just love listening to different point of view.
Right.
I just love it.
Yeah, I got some. I can honestly tell you, I ain't bragging nothing like that, but I got some intelligent homies.
Yeah, and shout out to Les, because me and Reggie had a conversation. Was it yesterday or today? I said, I don't know who picks my coat more, Reggie or like a Les. Be like, be like, be making me think. I be like, dang.
Well, see, thing of it is, the thing about, and I've always liked talking to Les. Anyway, even back when we was younger, I've always liked talking to the brother. I hope you're still listening, Les. I'm giving you your flowers now, man. He's always had a different perspective of looking at, a different way of looking at things.
That's why I be like,
yeah.
Like no disrespect to the Niases and the Pauls and Jillian.
Who? Julian
who call in and the others who call in, but that last week making me think like,
I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way exactly.
Yeah,
so
but shout out to you, Les. You still
definitely.
But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, baby, because my stomach's over here growling.
And we didn't eat before the show this time.
Nah, not this time. We didn't. All
right.
So
well, I'm Reggie. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, she got jokes now.
Makeup how to begin the shows. My bad, but we got it on point.
Though. Oh yeah. But yeah, we got it on point. But anyway, we got everything taken care of. Hopefully next week we'll have a pretty good turnout.
Absolutely.
We'll go ahead and get that together.
Back on schedule.
Get back on schedule and get things popping. Because this whole Wednesday thing, we said we was gonna try it for a little while.
Yeah.
And so far, I like it.
Me like it.
And she likes it. So, we might just go ahead and just make this a permanent thing. We might change it later on down the line.
Right.
But anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap this show up, y'all. Hit that like button.
Subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button so you can see when we get ready to get back on here.
Tell a friend.
Yeah, spread the word. Please spread the word. That would be nice. I guess here within the next few weeks or so, babe, we can do a big campaign to get some more listeners out there. So, because I think that we could spread the word a little bit better than what we're doing.
I know I could, yeah.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Open up my phone and text some people and call some people.
Yeah, exactly. I can call some folks, man,
definitely.
To get it out there. So, but anyway, in the meantime, y'all, I'm Reggie,
and I am Mimi the Lady.
And we out.
Bye.